How is everybody? Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, depending on where you are. I'm in Canada right now. Where in Canada? It doesn't really make any difference. All of Canada is pretty much the same. Anyway, today I'd like to talk about something that's very important for pilots, which is communication skills, but specifically something that's called assertiveness training. I haven't heard much about assertiveness training recently. It's kind of an old-fashioned thing. A lot of our self-help and humanistic psychology comes from the 70s, when people were starting to move away from doing things in a more traditional way to try to do things in a more modern or flexible way, you might say. So one of the things that came out of this was something called assertiveness training. I was watching a CRM training video one time, which included a segment where an airline pilot said, well, I don't think pilots need assertiveness training. And he said this in kind of a dismissive way. But what we call CRM, cockpit resource management, is really very closely related to assertiveness training, which is basically a way to get your point across without arguing with somebody. The idea is that you can have aggressive behavior where people force their points of view on each other, or you can have passive behavior where people just go along with what's being done without any kind of objection. So neither of these is really desirable. So you want to have a medium between the two where you're getting your point across in a way where people will listen to you and you can make your point successfully. There's many books published on the topic. However, I think the best one is the original one from the 1970s, which is called When I Say No, I Feel Guilty by Manuel J. Smith. It goes over a lot of basic concepts and ideas related to communicating assertively, and I think this is something that everyone should definitely read and find ways to put the ideas into practice. I think this is just a subset, a part of the general topic of communication skills, where I think it's an important subject, and I think this is something that everyone would benefit from. Again, this is When I Say No, I Feel Guilty. It's available on Amazon and I'm sure various other places. Thanks for watching.